Hello everybody and welcome back to another activations video. I trust that you were blessed last week by bringing an encouraging word to a family member or a friend, and thank you to those of you who emailed me about the activation and included the feedback from the person on the receiving end of the prophecy. I was greatly blessed by the feedback that I received, and so this week we're going to focus a little bit more on prophetic evangelism. We did a similar activation during class with Richard, and today I would like to expand a little bit more on this activation and put more practical steps in place. So after today, every time you go into public, I would like you to find somebody who wears one of these, a name badge. So whether you're going to put in petrol in your car or grocery shopping or going to the chemist, find somebody with a name tag, have a look at what the name is, and then ask the Lord for a prophetic impression that you can bless this person with. A couple of weeks ago, our dog was ill and we had to go through to the vet. It was actually in the beginning stages of the coronavirus. And they had a security guard who was opening and closing the gate. And so as we walked in and we met this man, I noticed his name was David. And so the very first thing that popped into my head was mighty man of valor. And so here I was holding my dog, and David was trying to spray our hands with hand sanitizer. And I looked at him and I just said, David, you're such a mighty man of valor, which brought the biggest smile that you could imagine. And he was greatly encouraged. His whole demeanor changed, his shoulders relaxed, and he was just totally in a place of encouragement. And so this is your opportunity to bless somebody who you don't know from a bar of soap, but whose name brings up either a biblical character or a prompting of something that encourages them. Now, it's important to realize that in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5 says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." Make a note of what your name means, because the Lord will bring people on your path who will either have similar names or names that sound like yours, and then the Lord will just bring back to your remembrance what you have written down, and you can prophesy that over them. So back to our task for next week. Find somebody who wears a name tag so that you can prophesy over them. If you need to do quick research while you are in in the grocery store, in a shopping line, you can take out your phone and do a Google search on what the root biblical meaning is of that word, and you can prophesy that over them. If you don't want to do that, you can ask the Lord for a prophetic impression. And once you reach the counter, or you reach the cashier or the person who's assisting you, you can just prophesy that over them. You don't need to make it all Christianese with lots of Christian context to it. You can just speak to them and prophesy a loving word over them. You don't even need to tell them, I have a prophetic word. You just encourage them, like I did by saying, mighty man of valor. Even if it's a one-liner, a one sentence, or a one word, we can encourage those who are around us. So even though we are still in a lockdown at this point in time, we can encourage those when we go shopping or putting petrol in our car. But remember, most of all, that the Lord called you and He knew you before you were even formed. May you be blessed in the week to come and encourage those around you as you step out in faith in prophetic evangelism. Be blessed.